So you buy data to see consumers' behavior.
So there are certain engines that are helping us right now.
Have you guys faced any fraud issues with Skipcash?
Somebody else thought of it and he, let's say, ahead of you.
You're an entrepreneur in the fintech industry. I want to know, what's your advice for future entrepreneurs? Welcome to the Late Night Podcast by Q Plus. Tonight's guest, he came up with a new thing. He came up with a new payment solution. It's fast and reliable. Mohammed Al Delaimi, the founder of Skipcash. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Mohammed, why Skipcash?
Well, I guess our intention or our mission behind Skipcash is to simplify payments. We want business owners to worry about their business, how to sell, how to service other people. And the last thing that they need to worry about is how to collect payments from their customers. That's why we are insisting in providing a good experience. And this is something not new. Of course, the Qatari government is pushing all industries to go with the digital transformation. And this is in every sector, whether from service, logistics, industrial solution, and also payments. And this is where our role comes in. We want to provide cost-effective solutions to help business here in Qatar.
So the background of Skipcash is you work with corporates to have easier payment solutions.
Yes, exactly. So at the beginning, we offered our mobile app for consumers to use the app to scan the QR code to do the payment. So a cashless solution to go away from the conventional point of sale. And this has worked well during the beginning, but later on we wanted to provide additional services, which are targeting the corporate. So we provide the payment gateways, payment links, tap to phone, which is this an app for the point of sale. And this actually helping those SMEs to operate efficiently.
So basically, if I'm a company, will I be the one reaching out to you? Or?
Yes, exactly. So if you are a company, let's say, operating in any industry, so whether you are in the entertainment, services, gym, hotel, insurance company, medical institution, even schools. So if you are looking for...
even schools?
Even schools, yes.
Wow.
So if you are looking for a better way for your clients or your customers to pay, then the best option is to use a Skipcash solution.
So it's easy and reliable. And when you made the app, was it like the main point to make it so accessible and easy?
So from consumer point of view, yes, it is first. It is very easy to use because you are only linking your credit card. You don't need to top it up every time.
It's already linked with the account.
Yes, similar to Apple Pay, our competitor. So, but this is one of the features. The other one, which is tracking your expenses. So whenever you do a transaction, it will categorize your expenses. So let's say it will tell you 3 transactions from food and beverage, 1 transaction in services. And this is where I guess it provides financial information for our clients. The other thing is that for our businesses is to make everything accessible through the app. So if the cashier want to accept payments, send payments, it's always very easy to use through the app environment.
So everything is linked throughout the account, and any payment I do is connected to you, basically.
Yes, so the consumer would link his credit card or her credit card. And that's it. There is no any additional task that they need to do. But from a business point of view, is that this is, let's say, they can access this solution through the app or through a dashboard or through integration directly to our payment platform.
Okay.
To facilitate easy operation. So right now we have 5 insurance companies. So maybe if you are renewed your car recently, so I guess you use our payment link. So whenever the insurance policy is going to expire, they will generate automated link through our platform, and they will send it to you
And then
via
I'll pay
SMS.
through the link.
And you can pay through the link, yes.
Was it the same before?
Well, in 2021, yes, we were only offering QR code, but right now in 2022, we offered those additional solutions: the payment gateway, the payment link, and the tap to phone point of sale. Right now, we're trying to build it in one platform to mix it. If you do the integration once, you access the whole suite of the solution. So we want to push the flexibility part of this kind of solution to makes it seamless experience for those business owners.
So what you guys do is you try to make payment solutions much easier instead of going through banks and stuff.
Yes. Well, our banks are, let's say, we are complementing the what banks are offering.
So they're a support system, basically, the foundation.
Yes, exactly. So we are not actually competing. We are complementing and working together. Banks usually focus in certain segments like government, big enterprise, conglomerate businesses. And what we are focusing right now is SMEs and those micro SMEs and certain use cases like transportation, exhibitions, outdoor events. Those are lacking the digital solutions. Sometimes you go to an exhibition and he will tell, okay, go 5 minutes this way, turn left, you will find an ATM, go.
It's always a hustle, yeah. It's always a hustle.
And a lot of people are complaining about this because right now we are so advanced and developed here in Qatar. We really want to push further the digital economy. And the cashless transaction help track all the spending trends that happening in Qatar. It help tracking and monitoring those spending trends, not only from fintech's perspective, but even from the government to let's say observe how the circulation of the transaction is, let's say, happening within Doha. And I guess this is what we want to differentiate ourselves, is that it's very simple to integrate to Skipcash. Almost take you 3 hours to link your app or you link your website to Skipcash.
It's even healthier for an economy to have different payment solutions. So instead of focusing on just one, you have like 4 different payments.
Yeah, exactly. Right now in Qatar, there are 10 fintechs operating right now, fully licensed. And right now, each of those fintechs are, let's say, focusing in certain segments. So we are not exactly competing directly together. So we are helping to expand the, let's say, the adoption of the payment, digital payments.
So as long as you have a healthy competition between all of you, you're going to have like a sustainable growth, I guess.
Yes,
so it's a good thing.
We believe that with the awareness that right now business owners right now are getting, or let's say they are educating themselves, opening a business with normal payment solution, let's say either cash or card. Right now they want to expand to QR codes, to payment links, and also payment gateway. This is, let's say, making them, let's say, ready to sell almost everywhere. And anytime. So it doesn't restrict them or limit them from operating almost everywhere.
So Mohammed, why would me and the audience watching, we would use Skipcash over the conventional payment system?
Okay, so we have several values that we are right now pushing into the market. It is, let's say, very easy onboarding process. What takes you from the conventional banks almost, let's say, 3 weeks to 1 month, we activate your profile in the same day.
So if I'm a company and I want to connect with you guys, what's the duration of the?
Almost 1 day. So if your legal documents, let's say your company registration, your trade license, computer card, those, and for home business, if they have a home business company registration, if everything is valid, within 1 day, your account is ready and you can start operating. This is a huge difference for business owners because they want to start operating yesterday, not today. On the other hand, it's a cost-effective solution because our solution is totally digital. You want to have access to one single portal, 10 portal, 100 portal.
Fully accessible.
Fully accessible. If you have 1 branch, 100 branch, no matter how many users or credentials that you are asking for, we can give it to you with no additional cost. So it is a really cost-effective solution. Even for the point of sale, right now for the tap-to-phone point of sale, it is really, you don't need to have the bank card machine hardware itself. You can download it in any Android device. So whether it's a mobile, a tablet, a TV even.
Will we see Apple in the future? Because I'm an Apple user.
Well, the thing with iOS or Apple is that they are expanding very slowly for this specific product. Right now, they are operating this service in United States and Canada, and recently in United Kingdom. I don't think they will reach to Middle East region very soon. I guess it will take them maybe 1.5 years or maybe 2 years.
So you're a step ahead, basically.
Well, yes, we are offering the same solution right now based on Android. It will be similar on iOS because most business owners, let's say here in Qatar, I guess the ratio is 60% of business owners are using iOS. So I guess it would be
a huge market.
Yeah, a huge market for tap-to-phone on the iOS devices.
So just to clear things out, Skipcash is an application. So what you do, you guys make it easier for companies and consumers to integrate, basically.
We started as an application, but right now we are bigger than that. So we are offering an application and a payment platform. Right now, what we're seeing from the reports that's generated from Visa and MasterCard is that almost 50% of all expenses are done through cash or check. In the Middle East, throughout the Middle East, not specifically.
I thought we got done from checks and
no, you can't imagine. It is still there. And we believe that there is a huge market that are interested to implement those digital payments to make it very convenient. Even, let's say, for example, if you rent an apartment, we see some of the use cases that those tenants want to pay their rent through payment links. So there is adoption.
It's much easier.
Yeah, it's very convenient, but easy to track and monitor. And there are some cases where, let's say, for example, the check is being bounced for any reason. You don't need another check from the tenant to write it down. You just send him a payment link and that's it.
So it was simple.
Yeah. Simplicity, very easy to track, and those use cases we see it's expanding actually.
So Mohammed, let's go back a little bit. I want to know where did this idea come from?
Well, I'm a tech savvy by
nature.
By nature, and this curiosity related to the payment industry or fintech. I didn't know about fintech as a term. I was just consider.
So what's your major in university?
I studied telecommunication engineering.
So it makes sense.
Telecommunication engineering and computer networks. And then I did my master degree in strategic business unit management.
Okay.
Then very recently in 2022, I took a diploma in innovation leadership from MIT. And this curiosity actually was, let's say, building up in 2015. Every founder should have this kind of the burning curiosity.
You have to find out more.
Yes. And I guess by around 2017-18, I met a co-founder also having this kind of curiosity, and we took this courageous moment, and we started to the...
No, it is courageous because when you think of it back then, there is no market basically for fintech, especially in the region. I'm not talking Doha, I'm talking about the region, the whole region. There is no market. So how did you guys decide that we're going to come and create our own market?
It was risky, of course, and at that time we created the company in 2019. There were no regulation for fintech.
Were there any competitors?
There were, yes. There were two companies operating before us. And they are focusing in this, let's say, certain products, but we came into the market with an idea of let's say makes the experience of the consumer and the business owner very seamless. We want them to let's say don't feel that there is a burden for them to use the technology. We want the technology should help us,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
It's the same thing with AI and ChatGPT. But we use it to make everything.
AI, we see right now just the first signs of how we can use those AIs to help us, let's say, research in certain topics. Although they are not, they are biased, of course.
100%.
Talking about the Palestine issue, but I guess there would be other application for.
Yeah, it's not fully reliable, basically. ChatGPT is not fully
reliable. It will improve. I believe it will improve by time. It will not replace jobs, I hope, but I guess it will be complementing the ecosystem, the business ecosystem that we are having right now. It will be as an assistance rather than a mere. The whole idea of technology is that the demand or the need usually driven by us human. We see the problem. We are the creative minds to come and look for a solution. Not only a solution, it's a simple solutions, because eventually technology is let's say, should facilitate better life, better quality of life. And I guess this is the mission of every entrepreneur.
And I think you're one of them. Even with Skipcash, back then you have these companies that makes it easier. You don't need a bank address to have a bank account. You can link your bank account with your main address, so you can get your card without all the paperwork.
Yes.
So you took it to the next level, and you reached out with the companies.
We see right now huge development happening from Qatar Central Bank. Let's say 2 years ago, home business owners, they are not allowed to use digital solutions, digital payment solutions. Right now, it's been enabled, or let's say those restrictions been lifted, and we hopefully we're going to see those kind of restrictions to be lifted out, and to facilitate very easy onboarding for those business owners. We see recently the central bank released payments regulation, buy now pay later regulation, KYC regulation, crowdfunding.
What's KYC?
KYC, it's know your customer. So instead of you visit the bank, you bring a folder with you, all the
paperwork and
legal documents with you. Now you can do it 100% through online onboarding process. So you fill the details, and the checks happen on the back end, and it's a matter of let's say several minutes or maybe even less, and you get the approval, and you can start operating your business right away.
That's impressive. That's impressive from the central bank.
Yeah, we see even recently buy now pay later, which is one of the let's say trending fintech segment. It's let's say this will help you let's say regulate your payments. For example, if you want to buy something a little bit expensive, you can put it in installments right away. So it should be easy onboarding for you and easy payments and installment for those consumers. It shouldn't encourage unrational spending, but hopefully it should organizing and managing your spending for certain let's say segments. For example, medical. Let's say, for example, if you have an urgency to go to the dentist,
so you can pay it in installments rather than
exactly. So car insurance, car auto repair, maybe for example, let's say, God forbid, you have an accident, you can do this through buy now pay later. So this hopefully will provide huge value in the market.
But are these digital payments are secured enough?
There is huge development when it comes to security. The banking industry, for security, there are certain regulation for it. We have in Skipcash, we did have this kind of certification. It is for how to control the sensitive data, which is the card information, throughout the payment flow. And the more we see those technologies develop, we see more security technologies that come to the market to eliminate the fraud attempt on those transactions. But this is the nature of every industry. So, for example, the car segments. You still see, although the car become more safety, there are more.
But still, there are some improvements.
There is, yes, the aviation. So you can go to the airplane, God forbid, but there are still accidents happen on airplane. That doesn't avoid you to travel. That doesn't avoid you to ride a car, but you kind of let's say. Be risk aware of the things that you do, and become let's say educated person of how to use those payment solution. You can see every now and then campaigns from central bank or campaign from other ministries. Don't open random links. Don't share your OTP with anyone. So those awareness campaigns help individuals to educate themselves and be more, let's say,
so the consumer is responsible. Yeah.
Yes,
they are
be
responsible
more
as much as the
responsible.
banks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Mohammed, throughout your journey with Skipcash, and I love, by the way, how loyal you are with Skipcash, like with the stickers and stuff on your phone. I want to know, what's the challenges you faced going through the journey of Skipcash?
This is my first startup, by the way. So, I'm learning by doing. So there is several mistakes I did throughout going the journey through the journey with the Skipcash. There are challenges related to how to manage team, how to solve company issues, so how to solve market challenges. Even from a startup ecosystem, how to manage conflicts between founders, how to manage conflicts between shareholders, investors. So those are very new for me, and
these things you study them, but they are hard to implement in real life.
I actually continue to educate myself and learn and do whatever necessarily to make let's say
to improve
rational decision and informative decision. And to be honest, I really thanks a lot of Qatari entrepreneurs who were started very early from me. I always go to them and ask them difficult questions, and they give me some their time and effort and their mind to let's say enlighten me and let's say guide me how to face those challenges. But eventually I need to face those challenges by myself, because this is my startup. I need to be responsible and make the wise decision as much as I can.
It's nice to have an entrepreneurship community that helps each other, yes, rather than fight each other, basically.
And I was surprised from the amount of support that I got from all business owners and all entrepreneurs here in Qatar. They are welcoming any entrepreneurs who took this kind of responsibility to improve the ecosystem and provide this kind of new ideas and this innovation into the market. We see collaboration that's happening in Qatar, and we did several of them. We have collaboration with Sununu. We have collaboration yesterday with Waqta. I mean, there are others, even not only in Qatar, but even in regionally in GCC. We have collaboration with Saudi companies like Cashin, and even in Oman. Those ecosystem, actually, they are putting their hands together. So this is actually very helpful in facing those challenges.
That's impressive. It's nice from these companies to collaborate. And Mohammed, I want to ask you, did things go as planned from the business model? Like the business model you implemented, did it go as planned?
I wouldn't say nothing goes by plan. There is always risk. If you are starting a startup and let's say offering new technologies, there is always a risk of convincing the market with this new idea. So there is always a challenge that you need to adjust your plan while you are on the go. We did have certain changes and impact from the market. Alhamdulillah, we have a very bright team to help us change and pivot the.
So you have a special research and development team that keeps things up to date, basically.
Yes. So I really, I'm very proud of our team. I'm also very proud of our shareholders. Very proud of our angel investors who invested in Qatar, in Skipcash, and they give us the confidence to let's say adjust the strategy of the company and what targets that we need to adjust towards this market. The fintech technology is rapidly changing. That's why we need to have this kind of mindset of continue to improve, continue to develop, and it's not very easy, by the way. So, you need to keep your
momentum going and change.
Peace of mind. If you
peace of mind with a company like Skipcash, constantly changing, that's a challenge, basically.
Yes, exactly, and I believe the team is up to the challenge, and alhamdulillah, we continue to face those kind of challenges.
So do you think research and development in a company such as Skipcash is important?
Very important, yeah. And this is actually, there are many ideas that we have. We didn't even reach to the market because we have many ideas that we built in-house, and we test it with several business owners. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and we kill it right away. And this helped the team to come up with ideas on the go. So this research, R&D or research and development, it helped us to be ahead of the competition, ahead of the market. And it helped actually our partners in the ecosystem to believe that this company is going to innovate not only from existing technologies, but even bring some kind of a new process flow that helps with different solution into the market. And we got a grant from Qatar Scientific Technology Park, QSTP. They gave us 700,000 riyal to help and develop those kind of solution. We showcased to them several ideas. Almost 70% we pushed it to the market, and the remaining is still under development, and we want to push it forward. But those 70% actually gave us this kind of huge adoption for the solution that we got. So I really thank QSTP team, and they actually asking us to come back for the phase 2 of the grant. But right now we are just arranging our forces to see what other products that we need to develop. So
they'll keep supporting you.
Yes, exactly. And also Digital Incubation Center from the Ministry of Communication and Technology. We won Idea Camp, the third version of Idea Camp from the ministry. And they gave us, let's say, a grant of 75,000 riyal. This is even before the creation of Skipcash. So they gave us this fund
for the idea before Skipcash.
For the idea before the creation of the company.
It's nice to see these collaborations to give you incentive to improve and build up on your idea.
Yes.
It's really nice. But I want to point out something, Mohammed. I want to know about what do you think about the future of fintech? I know I'm out of line a little bit, but that's a subject I really want to know more about.
It's very challenging to predict what will happen with fintechs. This technology is rapidly changing, but I believe there will be huge integration between the service providers. Right now we see those new solutions like crowdfunding, buy now pay later. Buy now pay later even going into other segments in the medical sector, education, even housing. So this is integration from the, let's say, platform perspective. We will see a very smooth integration. So for example, if you are a user in one app, you will see your profile already created in many of those of other apps, because those collaboration will increase, and will be, let's say, merging of technology and merging of those companies to collaborate together. We see there is signs of not only integration but also acquisition, and those as an attempt to make those solutions in one umbrella. I mean, maybe you can see those attempts from Facebook, having Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram in one environment.
They want to make things easy.
Very easy, and this will help monetize the big data that they are generating. This could be also the case with fintech. And
you know, data is even a market. Like
exactly,
even the data they
exactly.
they have is even a market. Like,
we right now, as a Skipcash, right now there are certain engines that we are building with the help of our partner Microsoft. Our solution is actually built on Azure Cloud, and Azure recently they added more analytical tools similar to AI and Power BI, and those will help not only us how to expect trends, but also for business owner to forecast sales revenue.
so you buy data to see consumers' behavior.
We don't buy it. Actually, we are generating those internally, but we are just bringing those technologies together to give us those kind of forecast analysis.
But are you allowed to sell these data?
We are not allowed to sell it without the consent of the users, or just with directly selling the customer data. Right now we are obliged with the regulation from the central bank and the Qatar Financial Center is that we need to keep those
Secured
information confidential, but with the right level of sharing this in an anonymous way. For example, we're showing the trends in F&B. So we are not showing the transaction of specific business owner or specific user, just in a
so it's more of a segment.
a group, a group demographic of those kind of information.
That's nice. It's even you can build up on other companies. Like if someone wants to build other companies, they can check out the data that you have.
Yes.
And then therefore build the business model depending on this data.
Yes. Yes.
So Mohammed, with the powerful tool of AI is like made way back then, but especially with the improvement now. What do you think the future of Skipcash with collaboration of the comeback of AI?
I guess right now we're seeing, actually we are seeing right now those AI tools helping in fraud detection and fraud elimination to help, let's say, isolate certain transaction habits that happen for fraud to minimize the risk. So there are certain engines that are helping us right now using AI. But from business and consumer perspective, we see it from financial management advisory. So they will advise you that you are spending too much, take care of your budget in this segment, and it will give this kind of advisory for you to manage your expenses. And if you put some kind of budget for yourself, it will help you manage those kind of.
But have you guys faced any fraud issues with Skipcash?
So we are using solution from our banking partner, QNB, and there are certain solutions that we are using from Visa and MasterCard. It, let's say, minimize the risk of fraud that we are seeing. Yes, we see fraud, but we have this kind of proactive solution that gives us signals that this could be have this signature of fraud. Please do more investigation to minimize this kind of information.
So then the bank does the investigation, not
we do this kind of collaboration. So we sometimes notice those kind of signature of fraud, and also the bank help us to recognize those kinds of
so
signatures.
You collect the evidence and the bank takes
yes.
More specifically.
Yes.
And it's nice to see the data and the fraud and the red flags.
Yes, and actually right now most of those transactions are secured through, it's called 3DS security. So whenever a customer wants to do a transaction, they need to verify that transaction through one-time password. And this actually minimizes the risk of a fraud. So if a customer sometimes they see a transaction that happened in their card, if they didn't do it through OTP, they can, let's say, claim this kind of transaction. So there are kind of precaution
So there
measures.
is a procedure.
Yes,
basically.
yes.
So Mohammed, you're an entrepreneur in the fintech industry. I want to know what's your advice for future entrepreneurs?
An idea itself to start a company is, let's say, something that make people worry and believe that it will consume their time. And to be honest, it will, but you need to manage it.
Do you agree
wisely.
with the saying, don't overthink, just do?
Yes. So if you are sure almost 60% of the idea that it will work or not, 50-60%, you need to proceed. Because if you are 100% sure, that means somebody else thought of it and he, let's say, ahead of you. There are several things in the entrepreneur mind that, let's say, competition, how to manage the company, how to fund the company. You take it step by step. You don't overthink it all at once at the beginning. So if you take those first steps, start with a small proof of concept, look for certain clients. If it is, let's say, start to get those kind of interests from the market, then you take it to the next steps, look for angel investment, and you start baby steps, then later on you can grow. Starting a business or a startup would change your life. Yes, this is for certain, but it is manageable if you think it wisely, if you have the right team, if you build the right team, if you have the right partner. So this is not impossible, but you need to have this courage in yourself. But believe me, there would be time sacrifice at the beginning. So because you need to devote to your idea at the beginning,
But
then
time
later
management,
on, and time management, and life balance management,
which is tough right now. But
it is, yes, and people would support. Let's say your friends, your family, even your kids and wife. They will support if you have this kind of courage in your mind and soul, and they will push, because eventually everyone wants to succeed. So if you have this kind of dedication, consistency, so I believe the people around you will push you to succeed.
Mohammed, it was a pleasure to have you on the podcast. But sadly, we reached
honor.
The end of the episode, and I just want to say I really want to see future entrepreneurs in the fintech industry. So we have Mohammed, and then you will see some young entrepreneurs building up on what you started. And guys, don't forget to download Skipcash. We have to give you a free advertisement.
And any business owner who looking for a payment solution, we are the one-stop shop for you.
You heard it from our guy. I'm the founder of Skipcash. So guys, thank you for tuning in. And Mohammed, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you at the next episode. Thank you.